Okay guys, I'm here today with Dominyka, huge honor for me, my former training partner. And guys, for those who doesn't know Dominyka, she's a 2-time double gold world champion as a black belt on IBJJF. And I think we were the first gyms in the world where we both won the world's double gold as a black belt, male and female, and I think no one gym in the planet has ever done that. We were both trained at Marcelo's.
Yeah, not in the same year, not in the same gym.
Yeah, we have that picture of Marcelo in the middle and we both with the 2 gold medals, so that's awesome. But anyways, guys, Dominyka, when she was competing, she was dominating every single opponent she had. And she had a very good guard game and guard passing game, and today she's going to show us one of her favorite moves, which is the Omoplata from the Williams guard.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Bernardo. I really like this setup from Williams guard because I generally train with people that are a lot bigger than me, a lot stronger than me, and I feel like this specific positioning is a surefire way to get to the Omoplata. And with the details that I'm going to show today, the amount of pressure you're placing on the isolated joint is going to make it very difficult for your opponent to escape and burst. So let's take a look at it. So when I start off in close guard, the first thing you're going to find me doing is battling the hands. Typically when people start to attack the collar, once they start to break open the collar, I'll try to hide my own lapels here and keep my hands by my armpits. So I'm always trying to shift my opponent's hands toward my hips. I'm doing this to encourage them, first of all, discourage them from attacking the upper body and attaching themselves here, which I think is a better and easier way for them to stand up with. Once they start grabbing my pants or my belt to posture up, this is where I feel like I can most easily break down their posture because their elbows will be available for me to grab and then pull my knees in and break the posture like that. So once I've broken down the posture, I want to make sure I collect the head and hold on to the top of the tricep here. I need this configuration and then to switch my hips and rotate my body so that I'm not flattened underneath him and so he can't control my upper body from here. I'm nervous to open up my legs completely because I know some people really like to escape out of the position by kind of bursting out. So when I open my guard, I'm going to squeeze my knees together and I'm going to squeeze my thighs together, keeping his ribs pinched in place so that when I open my guard, it really shouldn't feel like my guard is open, right? Once I have this little opening, I shift my hips out from underneath him so that he's not flattening me into a squared position, and I reclose my legs here just to make sure he doesn't push down on this outside leg and find the pass there. Then I'm going to draw my top knee up towards my own head. I'm trying to pinch his tricep in between my rib cage and my upper thigh. I'll wrap my hand over the elbow, around my own thigh and underneath the bend of my knee. Once I have this wrap going, I'll find 4 fingers in the back of the horse collar and try to close my legs up once again. If I keep my legs open, I'm sort of encouraging Bernardo to make a grip on my outside pant leg, push my leg down, and then start the passing process. So I want to make sure my legs are still collected, and I'm going to add a squeezing motion here where I draw my own elbow in towards my hip pocket, and I want to sort of encircle my entire body around the bicep here. Bernardo should feel like he can't pull this arm out. Yeah, exactly. It should feel pretty stuck there. Usually most people, when they realize that you've gotten to this position, they're going to try and turn into you and get you back to your square position here. It's so difficult to find an omoplata from here unless you have amazing mobility. So before he has a chance to do that, I'm immediately going to bring my forearm to the face or my hand to the face to push and extend him away as much as I can. When I create this severe angle, it becomes a lot easier for me to throw my leg over, and I like to bring the sharpest point of my ankle up against the cheek, and I start to lift up from here. So my knee stays in line with my body, my heel is reaching up towards the ceiling. I still continue to squeeze his arm in place here so he doesn't whip out. When I start to elevate here, it creates a lot of tension on the neck, and it's going to bring his chest off of my bottom leg, which is really trapped. So once I elevate, I'm going to kick my leg free, and then I'm going to use my outside hand to support the elbow in place so it doesn't slip out. I'm going to use the grip that I have with the blade of my foot to start to turn my hips out from underneath him. And as I turn, I'm going to gently extend the leg that is in the omoplata position so that I'm applying a lot of pressure on the shoulder joint with my hamstring. When I make this turn happen, my hips are elevated, so most of my weight is shifting into that shoulder joint. I can even turn away from him and create more pressure. Once my hips drop, that's when I'm encouraging myself to come up as quickly as I can. I make the switch happen from the horse collar grip to underneath the armpit, and I fish for the lapel here. I'm continuing to hold on to the elbow because some people with shorter arms will likely try to slip out here. And this is the position where I'm going to anchor in place and wait for him to try and roll or try to jump over and kind of just hunker myself down so I can then steadily move into the omoplata finish and not worry so much about him escaping. When I'm ready to finish, typically I'll try to dump the hips first, which means I'll lower my chest in so that I can release this hand from pulling up on the elbow, and the squeeze between my ribcage and my thigh is going to keep the arm in place. I'll plant the hand and try to drag his hips down. This is an ideal place to finish because it's going to be very difficult for him to struggle back up to his knees. Yes. I'm going to be able to bring my feet out to the side, and when I finish my omoplata, I don't reach across in a diagonal motion. I keep my head in line. If we're thinking about Kimura mechanics, if I try to drag the arm across here, it's going to kind of open the pec, but not really attack the isolated joint. So I'm trying to keep that 90-degree angle as prominent as I can. That means bringing my head straight down. If this isn't enough for the tap, I'm going to activate through my back leg to get my hips slowly off the mat and find the tap there.
Oh, that's incredible. So, really crazy, like so many great details here. Let me try to summarize this. So, close the guard again. So, first thing first, you don't want to let me make a grip on your lapel, right? So, you're going to battle with my hands here to make sure that I cannot control, right?
Yes.
And then the only chance I'm going to have is controlling somewhere around here, which is what you want, right?
Exactly.
Now, you use your hips to break my posture, and you're here, right? Now, what's the next detail over here? Oh, you control my head. Yeah, I noticed that. You control my head and my triceps, and now you start organizing and you pinch your legs here as well. Okay. Now you start hip escaping, and now how do you go from here to the omoplata?
My knee comes up towards my chest, and I wrap my arm over your arm and under my own leg around the thigh.
Okay.
So from here, I have a very collected sort of triangulation that's squeezing your arm in place.
Yeah, and then from there, you move your foot forward.
Yes, from
here I push my head, yeah. No, when you pushed my head here, I felt like I could do nothing anymore. Like, I'm totally like vulnerable now.
Yeah, and one little other piece of information I'll add is if someone's really trying to barrel in, it's a good idea to connect your hands together into a gable grip or a palm to palm and push away from here and then switch to the hand. No, that's incredible. And then you pass your leg, and there's a detail you use over here as well, right? You push your shin, yes, and then you can move this leg freely. That's incredible. Yeah. And now you just come up. And then you do, I love omoplatas as well, and you do what I also do, like you try to flatten me up, right? And now I'm totally done. There's no escape whatsoever anymore from here. No, that's incredible. Yeah, no, that's really, really good. Thanks,
guys,
Bernardo.
if you guys watch Dominyka competing, when she was on bottom, she was always playing like spider dash open dash close guard, and when she was on top was so much pressure with like the blanket. You position yourself almost like a blanket. And I just taught a seminar here today in Bellingham, Washington, and Dominyka taught a seminar here as well yesterday. So it's really good to see you here.
Thank you so much, Bernardo. Thank you so much.
And I'm trying to convince her to film for BJJ Fanatics, so hopefully I do a good job convincing her.
I'm convinced. You guys got me.
There we go. Thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you.
Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTube Faria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.